Well, hello again. Back to the leatherworking things. Haven't done this in a while, sorry. I've been very busy. Where we left off, we used a cedar, we used the camouflage tool, and we used this one, which I don't remember its name, to make some of those shapes. I just wet the leather, getting ready for it so that I can start hammering again. Just gonna wait for it to get back to its original tone a little bit. And then we're gonna use these 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm actually going to start with this tool, U853. It makes these very small horseshoe shapes on certain parts of your pattern. Alright, we're done with U853. Now, let's start this one. This is Z-V407. It has this sort of a pattern on it. We're going to use those on the inside of this curve, going all the way back, and also on this side. Let's see, which way should I start? Looks like I made a little bit of a mistake. I need to use the beveler in there before I do this part. Again, this beveler, or any of those that have a very flat surface, you can use those to cover up your mistakes fairly easily. There we go, the veiner did its job. Now, something I've noticed is that every single time I wet this leather, it gets darker. And I have a feeling that it's also probably better if you finish it all at once. And the more water's in the leather, the darker your patterns are going to get. And you'll notice it in here. Now the good thing about it is it allows you to get more contrast. I'll zoom in here and see if we can get a better look at it. There we go. Now do the other side. Go with the veiner again. Alrighty. There we go. It's not as fine or as dark as the other one, but again, this is another form of practice. I believe I'm finished with the veiner for the rest of this project, and the next part, it's going to be the backgrounder. So this is the backgrounder that comes in the kit. Hopefully it can focus. It's very small. I'm going to stamp this area right here. Well, it seems as I've been hammering, the water content in the leather is less, so it's not as dark here as it was here. So what I'm actually going to do is, I'm actually going to wet this side, I'm going to wet the leather again so that I can get a more consistent, darker color. Alrighty, I let it dry. I'll go again. Alrighty, well, we've done all of the backgrounding. What should I do next? Okay, this V707, it's another veiner. It just doesn't have those teeth that the other one did. And it seems as if it gets used right here. And here. In these slight curves. The tail end of these little horseshoe shapes. Now this piece is the pear shader. It's like the backgrounder except it's round. It makes slight indentations But actually before then, I think I need to cut some things into some extra little design decorative swivel cuts. Alrighty, well, as you can see, I have been able to make these decorative cuts. They're not necessarily prettiest, but again, this is mainly practice. Alrighty, we're going to pick up this pear shader. I got a little more water on the leather. Let's see how it works. Looks my mistake. You're actually supposed to pear shade before cutting. I should have thought of that. Alrighty, just going to use my knife to open up the cuts that I ended up closing with the pear shader. There we go. One last thing for touch-up. I'm going to use our little spoon-looking tool to round some of these edges. Oops, forgot to open one of these cuts. Well, it seems like I'm done with all the tooling part that I'm going to do for this little checkbook cover. Thanks for playing with me. Now I'm going to have to tear this off. I made a very big mistake in the beginning. I used contact cement instead of rubber cement, and I should have used the shiny part of the cardboard so I can get it loose. Luckily, this thing's going to have a liner on the inside so you won't see the cardboard stuck to the back of the leather. But just got to do the last part, the dyeing, and then we'll be done with this.